Hello, hi, I'm Marathib. At the moment I'm talking from my office in Life Mastery Success, and we are discussing today very crucial, very important topic, and that topic is very sensitive as well, very much foundational for your success, and also it it will help to transform our life in terms of evaluating our thoughts, our mental maps, and when we will be self-aware about our real thoughts and how we can make them correct and at least better, then we will be on the path of success and on peace as well. So, but this is a very much topic which is relates to your whole life, all roles of your life, including your, if you are a married person, if you are struggling as an individual, if you are a business person, if you are having a difficulty or you are set on your on as a working as an employee, if you are working with any charity or organization, uh, or in any of the role. How this is important, because that topic, which is the main title, is "Are you victim?" Uh, are you victim? Does it means that because of that very victim thinking, we are not going forward. Our mental map and our spiritual connections, they are stopping us to go forward because of our that thinking that I am victimized. Somebody is controlling me, some person, some company, some group of people, they are controlling me, and not even controlling, they are suppressing me. I'm victim. I'm absolutely have no power to do anything what actually I want to do. So that victim, that loser thinking is the topic of today. And this thinking actually is not uh, developing the mind overnight or in few days or few weeks. Is actually the way of your living in a particular society, where your childhood, your youth age, your adult life has been spending as a part of nurturing, and that very much thought we are taking from our parents, our families, our teachers, unfortunately, our society, our media, politicians, and celebrities, or the social icons in which we are living, wherever we are living in any part of the world. But this victim thinking is actually a result of three main things. Three main things, three key factors, or in fact, these are the vital factors that make our thinking as a victimize, that I'm victim of something I can't do because of this. And in this session, I'm going to discuss only one thing. And let me tell you about three things. Number one, that I'm feeling victim because of my nature, of my skin color, because of my language, because of where I have born, in any country. I'm victim because of my family background, because of my ancestors were born here, because I have been born in that type of culture, that I'm victim because I have a very deterministic lifestyle throughout my life since I born, since I was in childhood and then further going on. I'm victim because I have not been facilitating lot of things, lot of privileges in the society. That is a second cause of the victimized thinking, which is called environmental paradigm, environmental determinism, and which tells you your environment actually form you. If you are in a bad environment, or if you are a less privileged environment, if your parents are not good or less educated, if your teachers are not good or not really different, the current conditions are because of that thing. That environmental issue is actually drifting you towards a very, very deterministic paradigm, which is saying you that I'm victim. I cannot go because I'm victim. Something is controlling. I cannot do. And here now these three thinking pattern, which is creating deterministic approach of mindset. The number one, which I mentioned you about our genes, nature, our race, that's number one. Number two is we call it psychic determinism, and which means your parents, your teachers, they behave you in the way you think that yes, you are like this. That is the second one, and that's why you feel victimization type of process all the time going in your mind. And your third victimized cause, which I mentioned, is environmental determinism, and which is mentioning that your low income is very low, that's why you are like this. Your country policies are very bad, your city is very bad, your politicians are very bad, that's why you are like this. And this is called environmental determinism. It's very much vast topic, and why you have this victim thinking. We will explain these three things in three different sessions. At the moment I am explaining you now the first part, which is genetic determinism, and which is actually in our mental roots they have, and but this is actually, the good news is this is false. But the first, going towards solution, we need to understand actually in little deeper way. I'm not going in very deep because of short of time. I want to tell you about what does it mean. It does mean that genetic determinism is telling you you are a victim because your grandfather, your ancestors, your ethnicity is like that. Many people think that they belongs to a certain descendant. That's why he cannot go further, or she cannot go further, because of that connection with the descendants. And that socially is projected on your mind, on your body, on your heart, on your spirit. And that's why you cannot go forward. You do not think positively. Because of that victimized thinking, you are in clutches of these societal weather, and that will not help you to get out from the problem of your life. And we need to work on this. We need to be actually self-aware in terms of knowing the true realities around us. We have to kick out these type of social mirrors from which our childhood, our youth, our adult, our marriage before, our life before marriage or after marriage is not successful. And this victimized thinking is constantly pushing away from success, away from peace, away from many good things which we are meant to live by. And why? Because of our mindset. So it does also means that every country has a sense of superiority. Every nation is superior to other nation because of their race, because of skin color, because of language, because of ancestors, because of history. And we cannot do, because it's our ultimate decision. I'm a product of my past. I'm a product of my genes. I cannot do anything. We cannot do anything. We as a nation cannot have a sense of superiority because our past is very bad, and our ancestors, our forefathers, our grandparents, our ex-people, they have done this. We cannot move forward. This is a sick, a very deterministic, negative mindset is the greatest obstacle in today's life. Not only to get out from the conditions where we are, in fact, we are transferring this negative attitude and the wrong paradigms, incorrect mental maps or misaligned disciplines into our next generations. And our nations, mostly part in the world, are not going forward because of this absolutely bogus and baseless mindset, which is only in result of our social mirrors. We have been taught, we have been conditioned to think and act accordingly. And that is the biggest mistake done by myself. And if we will not do this the way it should be, no matter how much you will get the resources, no matter how much you will be rich, no matter how much you will go in a best society in the world, no matter you will go is like a paradise town in the world, anywhere, you won't be as successful at all, because the very much thought or paradigm or mindset is actually the problem. And you will remain have the feeling of victimization. And that victimization will never end, and that will grow, and it will transfer to the next generation. It will be influenced to your family, friends, and your circle of influence, your circle of concern. And you will be the source of laziness, lethargic, undisciplined people around you and yourself. It will affect your body. You will be whether very fat person, very lazy, or you are disempowered by the things. You will not have a passion in your heart to do anything positively. You will have a very poor relationship in your family and at your workplace with your colleagues, with your managers. You will be no have sense of what is right and what is wrong because of poor spiritual intelligence you will get because of that victimized thinking. You will never have a power of choice to choose your response based on your passions of your life, your interest and your needs in the right way. You will not believe on the natural principles which is given by God to get success in any part, in any area of your life. Because of that wrong paradigm, because of that your forefathers, and you are part of that nation, you are part of that race, you are part of that culture, that will make you fail and fail and fail, and that will go on. But the very much solution and the solution of this very much thought is a very much the way of the leadership development. The leadership development is emphasizing that you will have to be a set of positive thoughts and the correct paradigms from which you need to lead a life. I will come to a solution, and that solution will let you know about how to get rid of these baseless thinking which is in your society, which the group of people or yourself you have. And the idea how we are empowering, how myself is empowering the people to come out of these delusions and bring the change in your life. Believe me, these are not the realities which we are thinking is the realities, and we are just misguided and we are ignorant. Through the courtesy and virtues of coaching and leadership development trainings, it is possible in business world and on personal level that you can change your thinking pattern. You can correct your paradigms in regards to that you are not the part of nature. You are not the part of your genetic factor. You are not the part of your past of your grandfathers or grandparents or your ethnic background. You are, because of your choices you are making now. That is a secret. What you are now is the result of choices which you are making right now, and you will make more choices wisely, beyond this prejudice, beyond this biasness about yourself, this negative thought. Until you will not get rid of this, you will not move forward in your life. So we actually, in a coaching, or we call it in a life coaching, we help the people to make these things the way it should be, based on reality, based on researches, and based on success stories of many successful individuals and the nations. In fact, many nations, they have come out from these mindsets and they have corrected their vision of these things, and that's why they are very successful. That's why they have a longevity in their country. They live very long life. Many countries in the world, they have many areas in the many areas in the world, in Japan, in India, in Australia, in UK, in Africa, even in some areas, they have high life expectancy rate. Happiest people, they live there, not because of they are very rich, not because of they have very good and very strong past in their countries or towns, because of their choices which they make every moment of their life. Right? Like at the moment, the choice to address you, the choice to have a speech online, is making my next movement, is giving me the feeling of being successful person, to helping you, to sharing a secret of life. Now, so we have to work on our very thought pattern, that we are not the product of our past. We are not the product of our genes. We are product of our decisions which we make today. We are product of our choices which we will make today and every moment of life. Constantly, every day. Day, night, evening, next day, every day we will make these choices and we will make these decisions based on the idea of there is a space between stimulus and response. Dr. Stephen R. Covey, in his famous books, The 8th Habit, From Effectiveness to Greatness, and also The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, is sharing a miraculous idea in ever history mankind known, that where there is a stimulus, then you do response. But between stimulus and response, there is a space. And successful people, they need to create larger this space from here to here and here, so that they can make many choices. And what the response they will make, they should that decision should be wisely and absolutely perfect. But failed people, or unsuccessful people, they always keep this space very minimum. That's why the disabled and children, they have very minimum space. This is between stimulus and response. But successful people have very large space. And because between these, there is a science, there is a thought pattern, there are dimensions which they have to consider in order to make this response. But this response, when you need to make this response, and the stimulus needs to be approached, this response, through a very wise thinking, through constantly sequential development, constantly through imaginative positive thought, through independent will, through spiritual power, and through amazing and very confident, integrityful life, then that response will be amazing. That response will be superb. And through the coaching, we enable the people's potential in such a way that this stimulus, when up gets to the response, that response should be very, very strong, very intelligent, very wiseful, and very influential. Not only brings the positive in the person life, but also the people which is in the circle of influence of that person. And that is a success. So if you want to enlarge this space in your life, in any role of your life, in any different issues or problems of your life, whether it's a health issue, whether it's a relationship issue, whether it's an emotional issue, whether it's a career or business issue, or whether you are looking for a job, or you are looking to earn a money, or you want to become a millionaire, or you want to establish a business. So that very much basic idea between stimulus and response, and with sequential achievement of these things, which are imaginative power, independent will, spiritual power, and passionate heart, and lot of other things, you can get the very good decision. And that decision will not be based on any victimized thinking, which is the topic of today. That victimized thinking is removed. It's totally finished. If we will live the life like I'm telling you, it's just a very, I have opened a secret of your life, of successful life. But how you will get in the depth wise, I will let you know. And we will help you as well. There are a lot of people who have done work on this thing. Lot of organization in the world, they are working on this. There are a lot of mentors and coaches. They know this idea and they are helping their people. I'm one of them as well. If you want to be in touch with me in this regard, then you can visit our website, which is www.lifemasterysuccess.com, or my personal blog, which is www.marathibalishad.com, or you can email me on lifemasterysuccess@gmail.com. And in the next session, in the same continuity, Are You Victim? Part 2, I will discuss about psychic determinism, and the next part will address with environmental determinism, and that will cover the whole topic. I hope you may have learned a very valuable insights out of my discussion. I'm just sharing with you. You can Google it, you can read lot of books, go to library, search on this thing, that are you part of any past? Are you product of your genes? Are you product of your ancestors, what they have done in terms of biological dimension, in terms of their culture, in terms of their, or you are a product of your choices, which you will make now and every day or in future, based on wisdom, which is a requirement of this age of 2017, and that age is information knowledge worker age, which is going to be transformed into the age of wisdom. Are you ready for it? So this question will leave an impression, I believe a good impression on your mind before I'm going to close this session. And I hope that you like and you learn something. But I'm also learning these things. And if you have any idea, you can share your thoughts as well. This video will be uploaded on YouTube channel as well, and you can share this your friends and family, or if you are thinking any other person should watch this video, then you can share as well. Thank you very much, and I wish you a very greatest life. Thank you.